Hey MzeroA Nation, Jason here. We're now diving into mock Checkride May, all our social media videos geared towards passing your Checkride, all our webinars for our online ground school members, mock Checkrides, all the podcasts across the private, instrument, commercial, and CFI podcasts, all on iTunes, all mock Checkrides. Welcome to mock Checkride May. Today we're talking about secrets to the private pilot Checkride. If I can be honest with you, it's a miracle I even passed my private pilot Checkride many years ago now. I'll never forget. I've shared this story before. I was just barely turned 17 years old. I was going for my private pilot Checkride, and I could fly the airplane, but I didn't have the knowledge. Ironically enough, look what we do for a living now, right? We teach people all the online ground school techniques and knowledge that they need. Karma has a funny way of coming back. I remember walking out, having made it through the oral exam just barely, walking out towards the airplane. And the exam and I were just walking and talking, and we were flying 6711 Juliet, a little Cherokee 140. And he looked at me and said, "Jason, how much horsepower does this airplane have?" I said, "Well, sir, it's a Cherokee 140, so it must have 140 horsepower." And he said, "Huh. So that Cessna 172 over there, that has 172 horsepower," he said. And I literally can't make this up, looked at him and said, "Yes, sir, it does." I still don't know how I pass my private pilot Checkride sometimes, answering things like that. I share that with you to not only be humorous, but also to understand that Checkride examiners, 99.9% of them, are a forgiving bunch. They understand you're nervous. They understand you're going to make mistakes. They understand you're going to need to look things up. You know, I don't quite remember 91205. Let me just, okay, yep, 91205, required VFR day instruments, whatever it may be. Now, that's an important one. You probably need to know that one. You might be able to forget one thing from 91205, but that's about all you'll get away with from that. Here's my big kind of secret that I want to share with you. Again, we're going to be going through this entire month, Checkride tips, literally what to do the night before, what to eat for breakfast, like all this sort of stuff, get into the tiny little details, what to wear. We'll talk about all that from a Checkride standpoint all this month. But I want to start off this mock Checkride May with this in mind. No matter what Checkride, now we're talking about the private pilot Checkride in this video, but no matter what Checkride, when you're studying, treat it as if you had to teach the content. Allow me to explain. I barely got by my private, as you know. Instrument, I don't recall a whole lot. I know for a fact I barely passed my commercial as well. It's not that I'm a bad test taker. I was poor on the book knowledge. Loved flying, poor on the book knowledge. Again, ironic what we do now here today. It wasn't until I became a flight instructor that it clicked for me. When I had to take what I was reading and translate it from government speak to plain English to be able to explain it to the Checkride examiner, because now for a CFI Checkride, I'm asked to teach it and teach it at many different levels and the different learning styles. That's when I became a much better and more accomplished pilot, when I had to teach it. I wish someone pulled me aside at the private pilot level and said, "Jason, going through the book, and it's one thing to have rote memorization. Do we use our cones or rods to see at night?" Again, just reading from the book. It's one thing to have rote memorization. It's another thing to be able to explain it and explain the why. So as you're learning, think, how would I explain this to somebody? And maybe if your partner, spouse, best friend, dog, whoever will listen to you, explain it to them. Break down these topics into plain English, because that's what a Checkride really is. It's one thing to have it up here, but you got to get it to come out and be able to explain it to a Checkride examiner when you're nervous and everything else. You know, it can all add up. Don't let nerves take over with that. Continue to prepare. I know you all know that we have a Pass Your Private Pilot Checkride ebook available, as well as an audio book. I think we're over like 300 or 400 5-star reviews on Audible. Thank you for that blessing, guys. That's phenomenal. We are here to serve you all on your quest as you go to pursue your Checkride. We're all starting to get maybe slowly flying again and get back into it. It's time to start knocking out some Checkrides. So if myself and this outstanding team here at MzeroA.com can be of any service to you, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out. Enjoy the rest of your day, and most importantly, remember, that a good pilot is always learning. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you.
I wrote the Private Pilot Blueprint with the intention of, if I could do my flight training over, what I wish someone would have told me. And I want that book to be yours for free. All I ask is that you pay shipping. Visit privatepilotblueprint.com to get your free copy.